up, everyone? So I'm going to post this video to show the customer everything that I've done to it, and hopefully 100% satisfaction will be gained. I didn't do the complete install. I only did some modifications, but I'm going to show those and how everything turned out. So first of all, let's see, where should we even start? That's a good question. So let's see. First of all, I guess we'll start with the speaker. The speaker was interesting, to say the least. To be able to access the SD card and the USB port, I made this with an excessive amount of wires, just for the mere fact that it's out of the way, okay? And so, as you can see, SD card and the USB port, and I've actually made this, I ground this off a little bit so you can get inside here and actually plug it in to get to it. It's just such a tight fit in there. But now this is a data transfer cable, so it will work and be able to program and do whatever you want to do with it. And the SD card, let me see, find me I am going to be sending you some tweezers. I should have had this ready, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of stuff ready, but I didn't have the tweezers. I wasn't planning on doing this. So, let's see, where's it at? Right there. So yeah, we can get to it and put it back in. Now it's good. And of course, I built this magnet here. I actually built this half moon piece right here so that I could hold this magnet. I actually cut this magnet in half. The first run, the first try, I guess, I actually had the whole magnet in, and it was stuck up like this. And then I realized, well, I couldn't get to the USB port, so I had to do it like this. So basically, you just tuck all of this back in there. I've got a groove right here cut so these wires will set in there, and then you just pop that back in there and it actually stays. It doesn't pop out or anything, which is in my opinion pretty damned impressive that it don't come out of there. Considering. So yeah, that's a good deal there. This is such a tight build. The person that installed the chassis and everything did a pretty good job on it, and there was just a few things that was wanted that wasn't accomplished. All right, gotta get this thing where it needs to be at. There we go. Now, that's good. Okay, so of course the crystal chamber here. What I wound up doing also is I used this set screw, which was actually just to keep this in place. Sorry. It was just to keep this whole thing in place here, the clamp in place. But I wound up, I took it all apart and I drilled through this into the inner chassis, or the inner hilt. And then I used this to lock down the chassis so that the chassis can't move back and forth, because that was a problem that we was having. And so now the chassis doesn't move, and that's for the next thing, which is very important, which I'm going to show now. Pull this off. Do I not have it loose enough? Jeez. All right, there we go. So yeah, I put some LEDs PCB in here so that it would then transfer and have the grenade section removable, which you can see there. Okay, that, believe it or not, there's no holder in there. That's actually just milled out. Well, you know what? Just take it apart and look at it. This is actually just milled out in the aluminum, and I've made sure to keep the wires and everything out of there by insulating them with hot glue. So this just sits in there as a press fit. So in all reality, you can unscrew all of this. You can unscrew every one of these. There are wires that will twist in there, but you can unscrew this. You can unscrew it right here. There's enough wire where it does twist, and the type of wire I use is pretty flexible. So I wouldn't recommend it just because it might pull loose a soldering joint. Okay. So yeah, that makes that easy to show. See, this had to be cut down because it's stuck way out here. So I cut it down on the lathe. And so let's fire this up just to show a few things here. All right. Now, I don't know what programming is in this right now, but I know that the green light doesn't blink, and I'm not really sure why that is. I don't mess with programming on CFX boards, so you can program that however you want. Another thing that I did was shorten these switches here, which was sticking way out here. So I put in some different switches, which now they are great. They really are just about right. I mean, see the gap right there? That's pretty good. So that works really good. So anyway, yeah, there is basically these are the transfer pins that will then transfer data or power into here. So there you go. It does have a little bit of spring to it, of course it should have. So you just push it down as far as it'll go and then lock it down right here. So we'll do that now. Of course, when dealing with things like this, they have to be just right. I mean, you have to get it to where you're just putting enough on the pins right here. And just like that too also. Just funny that this just happens to have these extra little neat things about it which can come apart. You can take this off while that's there. This is really a unique situation that I've never had the privilege of building and messing with this particular hilt. So all of this was new to me. I've done these grenade section removers before, but none of them had this part that was removable. So it was just really neat to do this. So that's cool. And let's see, I made some blade plugs modified from things that was given to me by the customer. And this one, I cut the holes out in it for a shine through plug. Get the light out of here, see it a little bit better. And this one is just where the shine through comes through the blade, which that's pretty neat. Of course, both of these have to be locked in. I know that this has this magnet in here, but none of these, which for one thing, I didn't have the magnet that goes with these. I don't know if that was supposed to be in the box or nothing, but I could have possibly done that with these. I had one anyway that I could have made that work in the magnet, but either way, so what you're going to have to do is tighten it up with this here. So I'm going to just put this one in. Just hold it a little bit snug. So, let's see.
Spectrum. Blade profiles. Color profiles. Blade profiles.
Okay, so what else is there to show here? I really think that's it. I did lock down the recharge port like you asked, and I also insulated it. It didn't have any insulation on it, so I used hot glue to insulate it because there was really no way to get insulation onto the recharge port the way it was, and especially as tight as it was. So everything's a lot more solid now, and you can't move the chassis like you could before. So and as far as this red or this green LED, like I said, that it must be in the programming because it just stays on. When you see this, if you think it's not, let me know, because it may be in the wiring. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, it's just right here's the green, and the green goes right down here. I mean, I can see it one point here. It's like right here on the board, so I can see where it's at. So I don't see how it could be the wiring. I believe it's in the programming itself, and I just don't mess around with CFX programming. If this was a Profi board, I'd know for sure what to do, but the red one blinks just fine, and you can see a fluctuation in the LED on the green. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. Anybody in the comments want to say something about this too, let me know. And I think that's pretty much it. This is was very interesting. It was pretty time consuming to do everything that I had to do to it, but it was also interesting and fun to do. So you guys tell me what you think, and if you have any information on that green LED, let me know. Thanks guys, y'all have a good day.